guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back for a brand new video. Now in this video I'm gonna attempt to do a 24-hour readathon. I don't know how well this is gonna go. This is my first time ever attempting a 24-hour readathon. I love watching these videos, so I thought I need to give this my best shot and give it a go, and if it fails, it fails. It's not the end of the world. I really do want to give it a try. I've got some books on my radar that I could pick up in this video, but I'm kind of just gonna mood read and see where this takes me. I am probably considered a slow reader. I read roughly around 8 books a month. What is that, like 2 books a week? Obviously I still work. I still want to have a social life. I am not one of those people that can sit down for like 6 hours straight and read a book unless I'm like really in the mood to do that. I kind of need to pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down. You get the gist, okay? I'm not one of those like hyper fixated people who can just sit down and read a book, because like, does anyone else, when you've been reading a book for like hours on end, look up and then you literally feel like you've got brain fog or like your vision's blurry? Is that just me? I don't know. Whenever I concentrate for that long, sometimes I need to just put it down and have an hour break. So what I'm planning to do is I am going to read for as long as I possibly can in the next like 2 days. I'm hoping it's only going to take me 2 days. I'm going to start this at 12 o'clock midday, because I do read until quite late in the evening. So if I read from 12 till 12 today, that's 12 hours. But realistically, I don't know if that's going to happen, because I'm going to have to eat dinner, I'm going to have a bath and all of those sorts of things. So it's going to be a type of 24-hour readathon where I pick it up, read for as long as possible, stop the timer, and then I'll start the timer again when I have time to pick up the book for long stretches of time. That's the only way I feel like I'm physically able to do this and mentally able to do this. Let me stop yapping and then let's just go through the books that I'm planning to read in this video. I have a stack of books here that I could possibly get around to reading. There's a whole host of different genres here. So I have Sinners Condemned by Som Sketcher. This is Mafia Sinners Anonymous series. I believe it's book 2 and it follows a new set of characters in this. I have Bad Bishop by LJ Shen. Again, Mafia if I want something a bit darker. We have The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith. This was described to me as Bridgerton meets fantasy, but it's quite short. You can probably see the theme here of I'm picking short books. We have Wildfire by Hannah Grace. I really want to read Icebreaker, but I saw a lot of people talking about this recently, so I thought I'll just pick it up and give it a go. I actually don't really know anything about this apart from I think it's like a camp. Oh, they're counsellors, but the camp has a strict no star fraternisation rule. This is a very high contender, okay, and probably the one that I'm planning to start with, which is The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I'm an Ali Hazelwood fan, if you didn't know already. I've only read her paranormal series, so I feel like this is probably an easy one to start with. How many pages is it? 376 pages. I think I'm going to start with The Love Hypothesis. 1, I need to get around to it because the film is coming out soon. 2, I just feel like this is probably going to be one of the most bingeable ones to read. We have Unsteady by Peyton Corinne. Again, ice hockey, romance. I usually eat that up, so... This is also quite high up there as well. We've got Flawless by Elsie Silver. This is Professional Bull Rider. This could be a giggly fun time. I do also have some like Kindle reads that I could possibly read, and I also do have an audiobook because I'm going to be needing to listen to an audiobook. Looking at the state of my room, like I need to tidy my room, I need to change my bed while I'm cooking and things. I can listen to the audiobook. So I've got Ice Planet Barbarians by Ruby Dixon. All I know about this is that it's been stolen by aliens and it end up on like some planet with some blue aliens. I don't know, it sounds like Alien Smart, but I'm kind of here for it. I've heard that the audiobook is really fun. It does actually have a plot to it, so we'll see how that goes. The Kindle reads that I could pick up is Bloodthirsty Beloved by Ella Fields. This is a fantasy standalone. We have Curse the Heart by Emily Blackwell, I believe. This is the second book that's recently come out. The first book was Beg the Night. This is fantasy, but it's kind of set in like a dystopian setting. Pretty much the only woman in an underground prison, and she had to like mate with the biggest bad guy in there, and if they mated it means that they would earn their freedom, but they obviously are reluctant to do this. Am I going to get around to all of these? No. I'm going to start with Ice Planet Barbarians and The Love Hypothesis, and then we're going to see where the rest of it takes me. Okay, so here we are. We're starting with Ice Planet Barbarians. It is part 1. It's 5 hours and 46 minutes left. The cover photo is a bit wild.
Slow to respond and...
elated with this book quite quickly. I'm literally like an hour in of the timer, okay? I don't even know what to say. So basically, it starts off with her waking up. She's been drugged. She's woken up in this like kind of prison cell on this alien ship. There's other women there and they're kind of telling her like to be quiet, like not to make any noise, which to start with is like wild. I was really enjoying that starting bit. There's a lot of humour around this. Like realistically, the women are getting sold as cattle to like another alien race. These women are being treated poorly and then they kind of like crash land somewhere else. Definitely some alien planet because there's two suns in this new planet. Our female character has kind of taken it upon herself to be the leader because she kind of unalived an alien on the ship and now all the women sort of look to her for direction. She's gone off to explore this new planet on her own, encounters another alien species, and I didn't even realise that we were going to get this alien's point of view. And I love that he has an accent in this. This is great. Really great audiobook. She's like basically passed out because he kind of traps her and wakes up to him, how do I put this, like going down there. Very interesting. There's a pattern to it. So all the girls are 22 years old. They can't be pregnant. They're obviously like selling these girls for cattle and they drop them off in this planet to come back for them. But obviously in the meantime, looks like they're going to be encountering new aliens. But the female character is actually hilarious. She obviously woke up to literally him being down there and was like, oh, there's a monster who's come to eat me. And then she was like, oh, no, wait, a monster who's come to eat me out. That's where I'm at. That's all I have to say. Not really a lot of thought or feelings going into this apart from this is a bit wild. Not something I typically read. This is not my usual genre. I don't even know what genre this is classed as. Is this like a monster romance? Someone's put on Goodreads. Despite the weird ass premise, aka boning blue dudes, this was a solid read.
My mate, the resonance of my queen, my new reason for existing, has just planted her tiny strange foot in my chest and...
It's narrated by Holly Jackson and Mason Lloyd. Well, I've got 3 hours and 3 minutes remaining on the speed that I'm at. I'm on 1.5 speed now. But I really like that it's in parts instead of chapters. So we've got part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And they're roughly around like an hour long. I've already listened to an hour and 15. Right, I'm stopping timer at 21:36. I just finished part 3. So I've got 3 more parts left. So I guess I'm like halfway. It's saying I've got like an hour and 41 minutes left. I am going to put it down for now because I'm going to go eat something. But the alien basically keeps talking about his queen and I don't really understand what that is because he's like, oh, I can feel my queen and she doesn't have a queen. And it's like to do with something in his chest. The way he says her name, like Georgie. It's so funny. It's getting a bit smutty. But she's kind of convinced him to take her back up the mountain where she came from to go see the other girls. She's just kind of like convincing him to go there. So she's like using whatever means she can get this alien hunk to follow her there. Yeah, it's not looking good because there's a foot in the snow, so I'm guessing they're unalived. The plot thickens. I'm gonna pause it there. I might finish this today or I might save a bit for me to listen tomorrow because I am planning to go into town tomorrow. So maybe I'll save like the last hour of it for tomorrow and then pick up the Love Hypothesis and read some of that for the rest of the day. I think that's where I'm gonna go from here. I've started reading The Love Hypothesis. I've read 50 pages. I'm really enjoying it. It's really easy to read actually. I really like the characters. I really like Olive. She's a chatty mess and I love her for it. She's quite quirky and just wants her friend to be happy. So she's kind of been a loner. She met a friend while she was doing her PhD at Stanford. She was dating this guy but they ended up not really hitting it off and he ended up hitting it off with her friend. Even though it's kind of like a weird situation, she just wants her friend to be happy but her friend won't date her ex. Understandably so, but she just wants her friend to be happy, so she's like, right, I need to pretend that I'm dating someone else so that she can get her friend to date her ex. So she kind of kisses the first person she finds and that is none other than one of the professors at Stanford, who is known on campus to be miserable, grumpy, stern, strict. They literally call him Dr. Arse Coulson or something. Like, yeah, no one likes him. He doesn't have a good reputation where he's from, but he is very good at his job and he's very smart. She ends up kissing him. He ends up pretending that he's gonna file a complaint. She's like panicking, but then turns out that they actually end up making an arrangement to fake date each other, because then he can get his funding for the research that he's doing. What he'll get out of the arrangement by fake dating her is they think that he's a flight risk. Stanford think that he's gonna change jobs because he's recently been rewarded a grant from another university. They want him to stay, so they've kind of frozen his funding and he needs that funding back. He's agreed to date Olive for basically making it look like he's putting down roots where he is and that he's not going to be a flight risk. And Olive is obviously using him so that it looks like she's moved on from her previous ex so that her friend can date him. The one thing I love about Ali Hazelwood's writing is that before every chapter there's like always a little sentence that's like related to what's going on in that chapter. She did it with her other books, Mate and Bride, and it's the same with this. So chapter 3 is a private conversation with Adam Coulson will become 150% more awkward after the word sex is uttered by me. This is going to be fun. I'm 3.5 hours into this reading vlog, and then I'll give you another update when I've actually read quite a big chunk of the book and give you a lot more detail. So maybe that'll be later tonight actually, after I've had like a bath and dinner and stuff. God. And that sums up how I'm feeling tonight. I am so tired. I have just stopped the timer. I'm at 17:26 now. It's just gone past midnight. I did take a break because I had dinner. So I'm now on page 204. I'm on chapter 13. So I've read quite a big chunk. I think I've got like 170 pages left of this book. And I stopped at such a good chapter because it says approximately 2 out of the 3 fake dating situations will eventually involve room sharing. 50% of room sharing situations will be further complicated by the presence of only one bed. We're getting a 1 bed trope. Oh my god, here we go, yeah. I'm so sorry. Can't stop yawning. I really thought I was going to be like, yeah, let's do 24-hour readathon, let's stay up till like 3 AM, 4 AM, finish a book. Yeah, no, that's not happening, guys. I'm sorry to disappoint. I stay up later, usually in the winter time, but in the summer, I don't know what it is, the sun really takes it out of me. Like I was saying, we're getting to a 1 bed trope. They're like going to some sort of conference and now she has to share a room with him. But I don't think he necessarily knows that yet. I don't really know how this is going to go down. But her friends like kind of ditched her in a way, so now she can only really room with him. This is gonna be fun. Although like she's now realizing that she has a crush on him and he thinks that she has a crush on her ex-boyfriend that she's trying to get her friend with, but she doesn't. He overheard her talking about her crush to her friend, so he thinks that she likes someone and she thinks that he would never fancy someone like her. But I'm really enjoying it. It's really fun and I can definitely see how this would turn into a really good film. But yeah, I was basically just updating you on where I'm at with the timer. 17:26. I will keep the timer running and read in bed on my own for a bit. I'm just too tired to stay awake anymore. I don't know how much more of this I'm going to read. I'm probably going to try and read this chapter and then go to bed. We can pick up the timer again tomorrow. finished The Love Hypothesis. I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. Time on the clock is 13:25, so that's when I finished it. I think I roughly spent like 7.5 hours reading and then like 2.5 hours listening to the audiobook. That's kind of like my rough estimate of how long it's taking me to read this book. I mean, I did say I was a slow reader, okay, so I actually think I've done quite well so far, not gonna lie. Also went to bed, I literally read that chapter and fell asleep, and then woke up at 7:30 this morning to read like the rest of the chunk of this book. And then, as you saw on the vlog, I just read the epilogue and then the bonus chapter as well. We got Adam's POV. I really enjoyed it, and I really liked where this headed. It wasn't really like a plot twist, but like the plot point in it where, you know, there's always something that sort of goes wrong in these books. That whole third act breakup, it was like a really good reason for it. Yeah, I don't want to give any spoilers, I'm being very vague with it, but if you haven't read it, I really feel like you should read it. It's really fun. I feel like a lot of people probably haven't. I'm just kind of catching up, but I'm so glad I read it before the film came out, because now I'm like emotionally connected to them and I'll be able to watch it come to life on screen. So I'm really happy that I decided to pick this one up. That's one book done. I was planning on heading into town in a moment to pick up my Waterstones book order. Then I could finish the audiobook and then we could get my 2 books done that I wanted to in this vlog. I feel like whenever I read this much, I always need to like go outside and touch some grass and feel like I'm part of humanity again, because I can still feel quite like disassociated to the world when I've been reading a book for that long, and I kind of hate that feeling. I do kind of get brain fog still. Is this just me? Am I the only one who feels like this? Please let me know. I always see people doing these reading vlogs and stuff and I just think, I actually physically don't know how you do that. Props to you, because I wish I could, but I actually physically cannot, because just reading this book for what, like 8 hours has seriously like felt like it's killed some brain cells, or I just need to go touch some grass for an hour. So that's why I thought if I go out to town, pick up my book, have some fresh air and come back and then finish my audiobook. I feel like the audiobook is, dare I say, getting good. I think it's more just like there's now some plot here. Where I'm at in the audiobook, he's kind of planning to take her back to his people, his tribe, and then gonna bring his tribe to where the women are, where they crash landed. Yeah, let's read some more Alien Smart, I guess. You're gonna be so proud of me. I showed some real self-control today with book buying and putting myself in a book buying ban. Please tell me why the works are doing like a whole box set of the Red Rising trilogy. I think it's more than a trilogy. There was more than 3 books in that box set. It was £45. Yeah, I could have bought that. I'm really still debating it. But they also had the off-campus series in there, like the full set for £25. So if you're looking for the full set for a bargain, go to the works. Also, they had In Stormy Weather in there and they did have the sprayed edges. I saw that it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm thinking I should just read it on Kindle because I really fancy picking up my Kindle at the moment. I feel like after like really binging a physical book, I need a Kindle read, I think, and make it feel like I'm reading a bit faster than what I am. We've got 11 hours left, so we're just under halfway through the 24-hour readathon. I literally finished the audiobook while I was out. I really enjoyed it. I actually do recommend it. It's definitely spicy at the end of the day. It's alien smart, and that is pretty much the only way you can describe that book. I actually do really like the storyline to it, and I can definitely see where the rest of the books will go. I actually do want to carry on with this story, so I probably will maybe pick the audiobooks up here and there when I fancy a fun, quick audiobook to read or listen to. So that's 2 books down. I did pick up my book from Waterstones. So this is, yeah, To Flame a Wildflower by Sarah A. Parker. This is the 3rd book. First book is To Bleed a Crystal Bloom. I'm not actually sure what the series is called. I had the first 2 books and I was waiting for the 3rd book to be traditionally published, and the artwork is so pretty. I like the cover. the foiling. But I also quite like that you can switch the dust jackets around. So maybe I'll do that because I'm not like a huge fan. I actually think I kind of prefer this vibe. So maybe I'll do that. He's like cutting her hair. Yeah, I cannot wait to read this. I kind of wanted to get around to it this month. I do kind of need to pick up a fantasy book because I really need a bit of fantasy in my life right now. I think my next book is going to be In Stormy Weather. It's on my TBR for the month, so it would be really good if I started it and got that ticked off as well. My next read is going to be on Kindle and it's going to be In Stormy Weather, so I'm going to start that. Okay guys, this is me coming to you the following day. We're just going to like brush past that. I started to not feel very well. I literally couldn't read. I would just wanted to be in bed. I just wasn't feeling very well. There was no way I was picking up a book and binging a book. We're gonna carry on the next day. The timer on the clock, I've got 11 hours left. There we go. I have never run to the bookstore so fast in my entire life. Look what I managed to get my hands on early. I mean, look at that sprayed edge as well. It's literally going to match perfectly with my other one. I am so excited to get this book. We're going to completely scrap whatever sort of TBR I had. I'm going to be reading Daybreak instead by Autumn Woods. This is the second book. Book one is Nightshade. If you have not read that book, I don't even know what to say to you apart from please take this one recommendation and go read it now. It was one of the best books that I ever read last year. It was an instant 5 stars. It had everything I could possibly want. I think it is a contemporary romance. It's like a dark gothic contemporary romance. It's also got like stalker elements to it, dark academia, murder mystery, getting stalked, a yearning romance. The way that book one ended on that heartbreaking cliffhanger, I have been desperate. This is one of my highly anticipated releases of this year, so I'm so glad that I get to read it in a reading vlog for you guys. The first oh my god guys, I'm unwell. I think this book actually like really made me tear up as well. I have just finished work though, so it is almost 4 o'clock. So we've already had part of the day missing. So I'm just going to read for as much as I can tonight, and then we're going to have to carry on into tomorrow, and then that'll be done. That'll be the 24 hours up. I know this isn't like your typical let's read for 24 hours straight. I'm going to stay up all night and like not get any sleep. Like no, that's never gonna happen. I prioritize my sleep. Like, I'm a girl who needs sleep or I will literally be so miserable. And we don't need that energy out in the world. Like, we want to be positive and having a good time. And also, I read for the enjoyment. Like, I don't want it to then put me into a slump. Definitely gonna read as much as I can though until the end of the day. And I'm gonna be annotating this. Anyway, let's stop yapping. Let's get straight into it. It's literally started with her stalker, their POV. I don't even know who it is. I'm done with this life, ready to leave, but leaving without watching that Winters girl begging for her life, begging for forgiveness? Absolutely not. Okay, Autumn Woods. Starting off with a bang here, what the hell? Oh no, it's Alex's POV. I'm gonna cry. I love him. So there's a publicist that's trying to get a hold of him and he's just like, he doesn't want it because there's a lot of press around him and his family at the moment. He doesn't want any of that, and so he already told the publicist no. And by the time he got up to his office, she'd booked an appointment of 3:30 that same day. He goes, damn it, these people work fast. I'm busy at 3:30. Her eyes drop to the calendar open on her laptop screen with, he says, I rub the back of my neck. Pick the lint from between the keys on my keyboard. She goes, a noble attempt. Honestly, the first book has never made me laugh out loud so much in my life. Like, that's the only book that I can really recall where I was giggling out loud. Like, I could not stop it. It was like a physical reaction. If that's the same energy this book is coming with, I'm gonna have such a good time. I love that we're still getting the same email thread at the top of every chapter. They would message through emails. Like, she didn't want to give him his number in the first book, so she'll be like, email me. So he did, just to get a response from her. So it says, from Alex Corbo Green, subject, torture, noun, the act of inflicting severe pain as punishment to Ophelia Winters, dreamed about the freckles on your thighs last night. This man. I need everything to be okay. literally forgot how witty their comebacks are. Oh my god, even Alex and Ophelia, like both of them were so witty with their comebacks. I think it just really goes to show the author's humour, how it's shown through her books and her writing. She must be a very funny woman. He's like kind of having a business meeting saying that he wants to turn the company clean. He can't keep doing his dad's dirty work. The guy was saying, oh, you're doing this all for a girl, and he's like, yeah, I am. Like, I want to go clean. But he says to him, you hold far too much loyalty for a girl who plotted against you. Alex says, didn't Francesca blow up your car 2 weeks before you got married? And he says, she's a firecracker, that one. She did me a favour really, car needed replacing. Alex says, as did my father. I've gotten to Ophelia's chapter, and the first thing that she literally says is, stalk me once, shame on you, stalk me twice, and clearly I must be a fucking idiot or something, or however the saying goes. I literally just finished reading the scene that is on the cover here with her in that dress. This artwork is actually stunning. It was so cute. I have missed them. I've missed these characters. I am on page 136, chapter 8, and it's Alex's chapter. It literally says this is another draft of his that he wants to send to her. It says, from Alex Corbo Green, subject breathing, verb, harder than they'd have you believe, to Ophelia Winters. Twice in my adult life, I've forgotten how to inhale. Both times involved you in a backless dress. That scene was perfection. Heated, spicy. I have my suspicions on who I think the stalker might be. Don't know if I'm going to be right or not, or completely off base here. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I did like spend ages with my boyfriend and eating dinner and stuff. It's like 11 o'clock. Bit later than I wanted to. I've also been on FaceTime to my friend. I've been chatting away, so that's why I haven't really read as much as I wanted to. But I'm going to try and squeeze in as much as I can. Maybe I'll stay up till 1. I'm just going to see how much I can get done today, and then we will try and finish the book tomorrow. But the timer is 7 hours and 36 minutes. Let's carry on reading. Also, like, haven't mentioned about the mental health representation in this book, especially for depression and like suicide, like the talks around that. Yeah, it really hits home for me. From the first book as well, there's like this morbid vibe to this book, and like the humour in this book and with these characters. I don't know how to describe this. The way the author talks about Alex's mental health especially is really nice to read about, and like it's going to resonate with so many people, and I just really love that about his character and the way she's written him. He talks to a therapist. Let me give you an example. So he's like, everything is grey today, worse than usual. It's been 9 days since I got back, 10 days since Ophelia rearranged my universe. I can't make sense of anything, can't understand why my 6 funny clever girls and our loving mother downstairs aren't enough to make me happy. Behind my reflection I practically see the word ungrateful flashing above my head. I woke up, I exercised, I ate breakfast with my sisters, I did everything I was supposed to, and I still feel like shit. He does have some work to do with his mental health and like moving forward and stuff, and Ophelia knows that, and she's so patient with him and like understanding and stuff, but like they both have a lot of stuff to work on, especially in this second book, for them to sort of be together again. It also just makes me fall in love with him so much more, just how open he is about it as well with her. I think Ophelia even said, if I could give him my brain, I would. I sometimes feel that way with my boyfriend as well. He's definitely had his struggles, like I've had my struggles as well, and I just feel like sometimes I wish I could give my brain to him. I do feel like people are talking more about therapy and stuff, but I've had therapy in the past and it was literally like one of the best things they ever did. I had it more for anxiety rather than sort of like depression and things. It truly like changed my life. It is the next morning. I read quite a lot last night. I literally only have 4 chapters left, I think. So I'm on page 358, chapter 27. I'm loving it. It's so good. It's just such a bingeable book. It's so easy to read, so fast paced. Still don't really know what I'm gonna rate it actually. I feel like I wasn't as giddy excited as I was as the first book. I feel like this was a lot more deeper and like a lot more emotional. I'm gonna have to see how it ends, but I've only got 4 chapters left, so that won't be long, and then I have the bonus chapter as well. So I'm just gonna carry on reading and finish it with you guys, and then we'll see what the timer is. The timer is now on 3 hours and 23 minutes. Let's tick this book off of the 24-hour readathon. finished Daybreak. Oh, I loved it. 4.5 stars. It has to be 4.5 stars. I rated the first book 5 stars, but it didn't have me as addicted as the first book. The first book was solid 5 stars, like I knew from the first page. This I did predict 5 stars, but I also just think it did need to be different than the first book. Like it was definitely more emotional and deeper. Yeah, I just love them. I love these characters and I'm never gonna get over this duology. I'm so sad it's over. Like what do I do now? How do I move on? Alex Corbett Green and Ophelia, like just their banter. I've never loved banter. Characters' love language so much than in this book. They were morbidly like perfect for each other. I don't know how else to describe them honestly. Like it was just morbid humour. They would always make light out of their situations even though like they were really hard situations to be in. It just has everything I could possibly want and the ending was perfect. I'm really happy with the conclusion. I was not right. I really thought it was going to be like some huge plot twist. It didn't feel like a huge plot twist at all, to be honest. It wasn't like shocking. Yeah, completely off base, so I was completely wrong. But it was still so entertaining where we went, and it's definitely more romance focused rather than plot focused anyway. But we did get all of the answers and questions that we had from the first book. I wonder if she'll do any like spin-offs with these side characters. We got some mafia going on here, okay? And I would be really excited to get their book. I'm holding out hope for that. So the timer is 2 hours 41. Do I leave this video here because I'm not going to be able to finish a full book in 3 hours, I don't think. Do you know what? I feel like I should probably just end it here actually, because if I'm not going to read a full book, there's probably like no point, is there? It's my first attempt at a 24-hour readathon, okay? I didn't know how it was going to go. I am annoyed that I didn't feel very well and I couldn't finish it off that day, but then I feel like everything works out for a reason, because then I would never have got my hands on Daybreak and we wouldn't have read it in this video. So I feel like it was a sign. In conclusion to this, I read 3 books in 24 hours. Obviously one was an audiobook. I read The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood, which was so good. That was 4 stars. I really enjoyed that and I cannot wait for the film adaptation. Like I cannot wait to see those characters come to life. I feel like the actors that they've got for it are literally perfect for them. And obviously Daybreak by Autumn Woods, which was 4.5 stars. I feel like it ended on a bang with this and I feel like I should leave it here. So if you enjoyed this, please let me know if you want to see any more like this. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again in another video.